Well, things get more ridiculous with this retrofit program from TCHC. Now, for those who haven't been following, TCHC got all this funding from Prime Minister Trudeau, my opponent John McKay, and my opponent for the mayor of Toronto's job, John Tory. They put on this big announcement down, I think it was at 140 ACNAC, did the announcement happen at your place? So now this retrofit program is supposed to improve the lives of tenants. So rather than replace carpets or that are moldy, or rather than clean up the building where all the cockroaches are infested, or repair all the walls that are busted, or, and all that, what they decide to do is to replace all the windows in a 21-story building. Now, the grounds they use to replace that window is fear that it's a 30-year-old building and condensation may build up. They cut out drywall from here, leave it like that for weeks, and then we had to contact public health because we were told that there was asbestos in the drywall. Then they replaced the windows, but then it turns out that their contract only says for them to put the windows back in the living room and in the bedroom, but the contract didn't cover the bathroom when they took out the window. So we were exposed to asbestos for this long period of time. Now, after dealing with these contractors, I just saw this here on the wall that says, and I think we all need a prayer after what the tenants have gone through here due to the retrofit program. So we have gone through over 30 to 50 contractors. Some tenants have waited over 2 years just to have their windows replaced. And to give you an idea of the imposition on the tenants' housing, these are just some of the 24-hour notice from there. So these are all 24-hour notices. These are all the complaints we filed with the City of Toronto, and at that point, my opponent, John McKay, who is the MP, the city councilors, we have filed them with the mayor, the premier, even the prime minister, because it was the prime minister that brings the funding here. Now take a look at it. These are all notices for them to enter our units, and then they trot through our units with these big clunky boots, and then they go through all these units that are infested with bed bugs, and then they come as a gang of like 6 or 7 different workers, and when they leave a darn mess. Now, do you see that? Take a look. These are all, now I've only been at it for 2 months, so these are all my notices in 2 months due to this Take a look at this. I did not even realize the magnitude of this disturbance of this. Look at this. And it's still going. Take a look at it. These are all the notices that we receive. And the work is still not done. Can you imagine that? We still have holes in the back of the window. The window has all the paper and tape in. Still, look at the plaster work. And take a look at it. These are new windows that came with scratches. They didn't even have the decency to remove those off. And what did it cost? Take a look at the heater. From them drilling out these darn windows, now you're going to have to possibly replace the heaters. But here's another problem. They took out all our curtain rods for all the units off everyone. And that's what led me to making this video, because we filed a lot of complaints. And yes, we've gotten a lot of work done, but this has been so disturbing, this portion of it. And I just walked down towards the elevator, and there's a sign on the wall. It says Rogers will be cleaning up all the wires around one of the complaints we have filed. Okay? So they're doing all that, and they respect people's privacy. This was after we filed another complaint because numerous tenants who have been in intimate relations with their loved ones wake up to look up at butt-calm workers staring at them in their windows. grandmothers have woken up and look up in their bed and see butt-com workers looking down at them. And I had to go off at management when I woke up one morning, go in the living room, and when I go back in the room, it's like, oh my God, there's 3 guys staring in my window. So they respect our privacy, and they ask us to cover our windows when this work is being done. But my friends, you took out all our curtain rods and you didn't replace them. So how are we supposed to cover our windows? Are we supposed to go and get a bunch of garbage bags and put it all over our windows? Are we supposed to get cardboard and tape it up? How long is that going to take us? Why was our curtain rods not replaced when you took out the windows? Another part, we have a liar. I am a very simple person, and I look to be fair to all, and I look out for all. And I've been avoiding this issue here for a long period of time. But so many tenants have came to me about the property manager here at 4301 Kingston Road. And I was, but with so much lies from her, it's ridiculous. The first lie came about the children's garden. She assured the gardener that the children could have a garden this year, and that all the work fence would have been removed. That was over 3 months ago, as you can see, and they didn't want the kids to have a garden there until the work was done. She said it would have been removed in 2 weeks. Take a look, 3 months later, it's still there. This here, the balcony gets infested with pigeon poop. And we speak to the property manager about over 60 days ago. And she says, oh yes, they had ordered it, and they will be starting the installation in 30 days. That turned out to be a lie. We spoke to the property manager also about the despicable condition of the carpets, and we called in the city of Toronto. And one morning, the city of Toronto worker and the now they did have cleaned the carpets since the complaint, but there's still all the stain and all the filth from here. And then the city of Toronto brought in the carpet guy. And the disturbing thing is, his excuse to why the carpets have not been replaced yet is because they wanted to wait for the contractors to finish. And then he said out of his mouth that, they got 5 projects on the go. So why would you give a contract to a company that has 5 projects on the go who cannot do the job? I was also told by another contracting company that even though the carpets were supposed to be completed last year, the reason why the carpets was not done is because the property manager is waiting to have her people come in and do the carpets. I don't think it should be about you having people from your race or your religion do the work. It will be about seeing that the work is completed so it does not interfere with the reasonable enjoyment of the premise by the tenants. And as you can see here now, they're telling the tenants to cover their windows, but they ripped out all the tenants' curtain rods. So how can the tenants put up their curtain rods if they don't have curtain rods? This has been very, very, very disturbing for the tenants of 4301 Kingston Road, and we ask the mayor, the premier, and the prime minister to look into this disturbance that is being caused by the retrofit program of the funds that was put to Toronto Community Housing, which is being used inappropriately to employ contractors, not to improve the housing of the tenants. God bless, and I'm Kevin Clark, your federal candidate in Scarborough-Gilwood. Let's fix housing.